Today's Wednesday, June 10th, 2015, and you're tuned in to the Elevator Radio Show. The Elevator Radio Show is a proud supporter of the Elevator Escalator Safety Foundation. To find out how you can make a difference, visit their website today, www.eesf.org. Everybody got a short show for you today, so stay tuned. Here it comes.
You're tuned in to the Elevator Radio Show, a weekly program dedicated to covering news and information on elevators, escalators, and moving walkways. Produced in the wee hours of the morning, a new show is uploaded every Wednesday, sometimes even before you get out of bed. Listen to some of the comments sent in from our audience.
Rob from New York writes, Tom, are you f***ing insane? You actually get up at 2 a.m. each Wednesday to put this show out? Man, you must love elevators. Tim from Illinois writes, I'm not sure why I listened, but ever since I tuned into the first show back in 2007, I've been addicted. Matt in Texas writes, I like your safety messages, Tom. It's important to remember them each and every day. And he also adds,
when am I going to win the monthly prize pack giveaway?
Ron from California sent this in. Despite your inability to pronounce words in the English language, I tune in each week and am glad that you offer this service to the industry. It's better than Google News alerts. Sarah from Washington writes, love the show, Tom, and look forward to it each week. I'm glad I signed up for the newsletter. You provide a valuable resource for the industry, not only for North America, but worldwide.
Enjoy the show. And now, here's your sleep-deprived host, Tom Seibert.
Thank you. Great to be here, everybody. I personally want to thank everybody for listening and watching the program today. Greatly appreciate that. Yes, it is another Wednesday morning, which means you have a brand new show, Elevator Radio Show, brought to you to your inbox, to your YouTube channel, however you're getting the program. This is the newest and latest one as of today, June 10th. And for those of you joining us for the very first time, welcome. This is a weekly audio, video, pod, vlog, whatever you want to call it, cast, in which we bring you the news. It relates to elevators, escalators, moving walkways that I find online. Just as a reminder, everything that you read online is absolutely 100% true according to the world of the internet. And I, with asterisks after that, I'm joking, just joking. So please take all of this with a grain of salt, and remember that my commentary is only my commentary. It has nothing to do with anybody who may donate to the show, who may give away giveaways, whatever. So, with all that said, good to be here this Wednesday morning. We have a shorter show today. I almost didn't do the show because today is the 9th annual Chicago Cruise, where we are going to go set sail, not really sail, but we're going to set off onto Lake Michigan, enjoy the wonderful view and skyline of the city of Chicago, watch some fireworks, have some great food, some great drinks, all that good stuff tonight starting at around 7 o'clock, or actually 6:30. Be there at 6:30. Boat takes off at 7. I have so many great, cool people in from all over the country attending this event, and I just want to personally thank everybody for coming in for that. It's been a very successful event with the help of our sponsors, those that have purchased tickets. I mean, it's awesome to see the level of support that we do receive. I want to just hats off. I do have the sponsors linked up on the website here, and want to thank AFD Industries, Canton, Dupar, the Fixture Company. Bear with one moment. EMS, H&H Motor Services Innovation, MEI Total Elevator Solutions, the PLA Company, Vertitron Midwest. Also, our bar sponsor, Formula Systems North America. Cord never lets us down when it comes to bar sponsorships. Also, Platinum, our food sponsors are Adams Elevator Equipment Company, GL Hollister Whitney. We have a TV sponsor this year, and if all goes according to plan, perhaps we might even be able to get the Blackhawks game on that. I will give up my sponsorship to be able to watch the Blackhawks game, which I'm pretty sure is on tonight. Tritronics is our DJ sponsor, and then we are actually the Elevator Radio Show, the sign sponsor for the event. So greatly looking forward to this event, but it is going to be a long day. Consider I've been up since 2 o'clock. So looking forward to it once again, and thanks for everybody's support. Just a quick shout out. I want to thank Cornelius Walls and Ed Shemiluski for their continued support in the event and their participation on the Chicago Cruise Committee. Without them, also Stephanie at Formula Systems does a great job. Also, the big ticket buyers this year were Anderson Elevator, Collie Elevator. Thank you for purchasing quite a few tickets. Great Lakes Elevator, You guys went nuts this year. Greatly appreciate that. Kone, thank you. Parts specialist, man, you guys are terrific. Greatly appreciate everything that you've donated in terms of buying tickets. Thompson Elevator Inspection Services, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Vertex, West Coast, Zurich, and there's a bunch of other ones on here as well. I just want to do a quick shout out. Greatly appreciate everybody's support. So, busy 2, 3, 4 weeks coming up for me. For those of you who maybe may not have listened to the show last week, man, Monday was 8th grade graduation. We had awards. My 8th grader won the American Legion Award, which was quite an honor in terms of service. And it's great to see your kids succeed and win stuff like this, because it's just really cool. And we didn't know about it. We didn't know. We were just told by the school, show up for the award ceremony. Don't tell your son. And we were in the first row along with a bunch of other parents that won other awards. Very, very honored to be part of that, the ceremony, and watch Owen just do awesome also this morning. Plus, so just busy week with ending up his school year. Graduation was at Monday night. It just slammed. I'm telling you, elevator use in 2 weeks, which means that next week will be crazy busy, and the week after that, I'm looking forward to going on vacation. Although it's going away with a little hesitation, because I've got some other people going to be on vacation, and I just have to relax, just have to let go, and just realize everything's going to be okay. So anyway, I hope your life is not as crazy busy as that, and if it is, just remember to relax, because at the end of the day, and this was part of the commencement ceremony speech that was given during Owen's 8th grade graduation, at the end of the day, it's probably not as bad as you think it is. And I feel as if that is 100% true, especially when you go on vacation and you really enjoy that. You know what I mean? So just hang in there. It's all going to be okay. It's not open heart surgery what we're doing here. We're just trying to make our industry a better place. So with all of that said, summer is officially here, and we've got some great weather. So as predicted, and as I've stated in the past, the second full week of June is when summer is here to stay. And you can put money on that. If there are betting odds in Las Vegas, I encourage you to check that out. So anyway, up next, we'll get into the news articles of the show. We'll have you out of here in no time, which is a nice change of, not a nice change of pace, because pretty much all the shows have been running about 30 minutes. This one should probably be a little bit under that with the content that has been posted. So sit back, enjoy, and grab your favorite drinking beverage, and we'll have up for you next the news.
Let this week's news stories give you a lift on what's happening in the vertical transportation arena. Each news segment is organically dug and fresh with news stories of the week. Got lift? If not, stay tuned.
Okay, first news article of the story. When I read this from the Washington Post, I thought it was a joke, but it was not. Unfortunately, in Rome, apparently praying and drinking urine saves nuns stuck in Rome elevator for 3 days. I am not sure how this did not make it virally, but man, I don't think you're going to see any lawsuits on this one. Apparently, 2 Roman Catholic nuns had survived being stalled in a Rome elevator for 3 stifling days by praying and drinking their own urine. The Italian press report. I think you can drink it up to 3 times before you die. Somebody share with me if you know what that equation is on that. Anyway, the 2 nuns, one was from Ireland and New Zealand, were by themselves in a 4-story residence for nuns near the Vatican last Friday afternoon when they got into an elevator. Apparently, there's a power failure that caused it to stop, and they were stuck between floors. So, yikes. Were stifling, humidity was high, and glad they're okay. Kind of crazy that there's no process in place to check and notice that somebody's missing or has gone missing for 3 days. So, okay, terrible accident in India. Boy loses fingers in escalator accident. And again, there is a Lift Safety Institute or group in India that is spreading the word in terms of safety. But apparently, a 2.5-year-old boy had lost 3 fingers on his right hand after being caught in an escalator. Now, I'm not going to speculate exactly what happened here, but if you don't have your fingers anywhere near, the stairs, the comb teeth, or the side, you're going to be okay. And unfortunately, this common sense kind of stuff, needs to be shared and definitely pounded into parents' head. Anyway, I know that didn't make sense, but just the bottom line is terrible. Could have been avoided, and we need to definitely promote safety any way you can in any country you're in. And just remember that the Elevator Escalator Safety Foundation is there putting together a new program to do such great things to avoid accidents like this. Okay, another article talking about flushable toilets. This is coming from CNET.com. Flushable elevator toilets coming to Japan near you. I don't think this is actually going to happen, obviously, because the reality is there's no way you could put plumbing into a elevator. If you're going to put a toilet into an elevator system, you better put in a bar, right? Not only are both of those not code compliant here in the United States, but bottom line is that if you're going to put plumbing in, why not fix it up to the point where it's almost like its own apartment, right? Yeah, that's my idea. And I know it's not a good idea, but it's just kind of a silly idea out there. So just take it as that. But yeah, somebody latched onto that and kind of figure they'd have more fun with it. Okay, next article, Washington Post reporting a family of a man found dead in metro station says he wasn't found for 4 days. Now, when you read the title of that article, it's pretty bad, but afterwards you start reading it like, okay, a man fell, he suffered a fatal head injury, and the transit authority is being sued, alleged went undiscovered for 4 days. Oh man, I mean, in any other country, a judge would be like, you know what, you're absolutely insane. Anyway, apparently a person familiar with the incident, speaking in the community, said that pending the litigation offered him a little more detailed account of it, which I guess is probably a good idea. And basically there was an intoxicated man who was sitting up on a 3-foot-high wall at the rear of the platform. He fell over and basically how is the transit system responsible for that? I mean, come on. And unfortunately, the wonderful world or United States that we live in will basically, drag this out, the attorneys on both sides, and then reach a settlement. The attorney, will take a majority of that settlement. The plaintiff will get a portion of it, and at the end of the day, what do you have? What do you really have here? So yeah, love the litigation game, and I have a sigh after that. Okay, this is a pretty serious story. Click on Detroit.com. I'm going to play this video because we have plenty of time. It's only 3 minutes long. Let me see if I can do this without blasting your ears off. There we go. Yeah, you may think you have enough internet service, but you don't. You don't have enough devices connected. But you can now. Go to blah, 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 and you'll be all set. All right, here's the article.
But first, a disabled man has become a prisoner in his own Detroit apartment, all because the elevator has been out of order.
It's a pretty funny story, actually. Not
so
funny.
What was once an easy task has now become a huge challenge, but the defenders are on the case and getting help. Let's get out live to Hank Winchester.
All right, defenders.
Hank, you confronted the building maintenance workers about it.
We certainly did, Carmen.
Oh, yeah, consulted the building maintenance workers about it. Well, they're probably not the right guys to contact, to be honest with you. Maybe reach out to the building management. Yeah, this guy's got his hair is way too styling, man, for a reporter.
Devin, when we saw them outside, we went after them. You've got to feel for this guy. I mean, he's in his apartment. The only way he can get up and down the stairs is by using crutches or leaning on his wife for support. It is a huge problem. But the elevator, well, that is just one issue inside this building.
And then I would do it stair at a time like this. Basically, stop putting a lot of pressure on her.
Keith Christian needs help, lots of it, just to get outside.
I would stand here until she comes back up.
His right leg recently amputated, and the elevator here in his East Side apartment building on Holcomb near Jefferson is busted.
No power.
He says it's been down for months.
I just feel like I'm trapped right now in this environment that I'm in.
Trapped and scared.
Feared for my life in case there's not somebody here that can help me, right away.
And Keith isn't alone. This poor guy lives on the 4th floor.
It's kind of hard. It's tough. Kind of stumble each step.
This building not only features a busted elevator, but broken fire alarms, exposed wires, missing lights, and gaping holes. But here's the good news. We're told that the building handyman was right outside. Which one is he? We approach, he takes off. There goes the handyman
Yeah, I would run like hell too.
right now. Clearly, he doesn't want to do anything.
Oh, clearly he doesn't want to do anything. Yeah, money may not have anything to do with this whatsoever. No, he just doesn't want to do anything.
Here's what the handyman had to say on the phone.
You can go to the office and talk with the office.
Few answers at the office of East Point Trust Apartments, which manages the building. The
Okay.
man who said he was the manager
Yeah, apartment's going for $379. That's a pretty good deal in Detroit, right?
told me off camera the elevator problem is being addressed. And in the meantime, offered to move Keith
Yeah, we addressed that the elevator is broken.
and his wife to a unit on the first floor.
They're just not fixing it, so, and I'm like I said, I don't know, I didn't know who to call, who to check on it for safety reasons.
Which is exactly why he called the local Florida Defenders. As you heard, the manager of this building saying they're working on it, but
I wonder if this guy, the four defenders, I wonder if they have T-shirts printed. Do you think they have them? They like run around like
we
that?
just could not get a clear answer today. That's exactly why we called the mayor's office. We are being told that city inspectors are making their way over to that building either today or tomorrow. They're going to take a look at all the issues inside and then, at that point, decide what to do next. We're live.
Yeah, because the city inspectors can fix the elevator, right? Yeah, they can. Maybe it's locked out because not locked out, but anyway.
Here downtown, Carmen, back to you.
You know, that situation's not safe for anyone living in that building, Hank, but is there anything the city can do to help these residents?
Yeah, Carmen, we are hoping that city inspectors will get in there and take some action and basically force the building management company not only to fix the elevator, but also, as you could see from the video, I mean, there are major issues, safety violations within that building that we could see. It sounds like the city is going to be taking action pretty quickly, and we will keep you updated.
All right, our Hank Winchester reporting for us.
Okay, now I do not mean to take anything away from this issue and anybody who has, a disability that requires our equipment. That is serious. It is so serious. But I got to tell you, there are landlords out there that are just scum. And I'm not saying this is the case in this situation because I'm going to get a lawsuit, I know. But the reality is come on, News Story, get a news defender team, go a little deeper into this thing. I mean, I don't know. It just drives me absolutely nuts. And I feel for this guy and then the other people as well. But the reality is that, 9 times out of 10, it's money. It's equipment that's really old. It's maintenance that, landlords don't want to pay for. And rarely have I ever seen a investigative report cover that or touch on it or talk about it. And that drives me absolutely batty. Totally batty. And I got to tell you, we were at graduation for Owen on Monday night. And there was somebody in a wheelchair that could not get down to the reception area because there were no elevators. So, literally, this poor woman is like, I can't get downstairs. And I'm like, I know there's a lift here somewhere, but I don't know where it is compared to the, compared to where the where the auditorium was in the high school. And I'm like, you know what? I cannot believe they have no signage that would direct somebody that required increased accessibility to get up or down into the building. And that's a high school. So I understand the seriousness of the problem, but at the same time, and hopefully something will happen other than just the elevator getting ridden up with even more code violations because it's not compliant or doesn't meet them. And then at that point, the elevator be shut down for a longer time while the landlords try to find, money to pay for it. I mean, the place looks like a pit, but what do you expect for $379 a month for a studio? So Defender News Story. Hey, go a little bit deeper with these. I swear to you, I should just compile them all and then just make a montage of them so that in the future anybody doing some investigative reporting can maybe go a little bit deeper in how they're reporting this stuff. So anyway. Okay, next news article is going to make the PETA people very upset if it hasn't already. But apparently, according to History.com, 1,500 years later, killer animal elevator returns to the Coliseum. Oh, great. This is just what we've been waiting for. An exact replica of one of the 28 elaborately engineered contraptions that hoisted wild animals such as lions, bears, and wolves and released them onto the floor of the Coliseum through trap doors. has been unveiled inside Rome's ancient amphitheater. Kind of crazy. I'm going to see if there's a photo. Oh, there's a photo there. Man, it's kind of amazing to see something that's this old. You know, I know it's been reproduced, but it's still kind of crazy. So it's a replica, and I don't know. You kind of wish that things like this didn't exist, especially if you love animals. So, and they're not going to use it for that reason, but still. Okay, CTA riders are, and this is Chicago Transit Authority, are irked by escalator being turned off at 35th Street Green Line stop. If you look at this, it looks as if the escalator is the only way up the from the platform, but they're stating it's always turned off. You know, I don't think it's always turned off. I just think it's broken. Let's just call what it is that it's broken, and then we'll be done with it. Okay. All right. And the reason why I guess it's off is because of safety concerns, which I can totally understand. Although not sure what what the actual ruling is on whether or not escalators should be turned off if they're no longer working. Because the joke is that escalators never break; they just turn into stairs, right? But I know there are some locations that actually shut them down and barricade them off if they're turned off or not working, which makes sense. So yeah, so kind of interesting article. Okay, next article, another transit story coming from the Washingtonian news site. There's a word for people who block the metro escalator, and it's not the one you're thinking. Yeah, because I was going to say a-hole, but honestly, I don't think blocking is bad. However, looking at these two photographs, one with a guy talking on his phone and then holding a bag is not the right way of riding on one, obviously. But apparently they invented, let's see here. Okay. They invented for a 2005 ad campaign to boost awareness of safety courtesy issues. This is great. This is according to WMATA. Apparently, Metro spokeswoman Morgan Dye, Escalufter, what? Hasn't caught on everyday parlance. So they're talking, the term is Escalufter. Holy cow. Hope they didn't pay a lot of money for that one. But anyway, they're talking about standing right, walking left, and is a cultural imperative in Washington that there's a word for those that run afoul of it. Yeah, I didn't know that actually existed. How about just enjoy the ride, This isn't a moving walkway, so just enjoy the ride. Hold on. Don't walk up and down it. How about that? So, but interesting to see the Washington WMATA trying to address in one way or another. So you might want to share that with any of your transit friends or anybody in general. Last news article of this week's program is a very, very important one. The Elevator Escalator Safety Foundation has been basically looking or has come up with a need to raise $46,000, just a hair over $46,000 for the new program matching fund before the end of June. That's this month, people. And the reason for that is that we budgeted to raise that money this year. And if we don't, it's going to go into next year, obviously. And what makes it more difficult is even though the board had voted to, the board had voted back at the annual general meeting to basically push anything, any profit, any overage into this fund. The reality is that money couldn't be used until the end of June, which we'll figure out what that is after the financial statement has been reached. So, if you can help out in any way, click on this link. There's an actual letter in there, and then the same letter is actually in the post. There is an online donation form. If you're a member, if you've already donated, we greatly appreciate that. If you can find it in your heart to give a little bit more, that would be greatly appreciated. Obviously, that number is pretty large and pretty significant. And to date, we've already collected $130,000. And just so you know, the ballpark number that we're looking at is $175,000, but the collection of $130,000 has to pay for the operating costs, or much of it, for the foundation. So, it's the foundation needs money. It doesn't collect money any other way than through donations. And And I realize that there are many of you out there that donate in so many ways, whether it's sponsoring events, bringing donation items to, the various silent auction item, events. All that is greatly appreciated, and I do not mean to belittle that by any means. But we are in a kind of a mad dash to end the fiscal year on a positive note. So anything you can do to help out, that would be greatly appreciated. Online form is there. There's another bunch of other places you can donate throughout the site. And just so you know, as the different fundraisers raise money, we find that it also costs to put them on, So you look at like a cruise, or you look at, silent auctions don't really cost anything, or very little, excuse me. But a cruise costs money to put on. You gotta rent the boat. You gotta do all this stuff. So it's not inexpensive to do. So it's not like the foundation is raising $18,000 through a fundraiser. After expenses are paid, it's maybe closer to $3,000 or $4,000, depending what the event is. So just keep that in mind when you look at the numbers. You're like, $130,000. That's a lot of money. It is, but if the foundation needs about $200,000 to break even, it's not a lot of money, And these are just numbers I'm throwing out there. Don't commit me to them at all, other than the fact that we've raised $75,000. Oh no, wait, we've raised we are $46,200 away from reaching our $75,000 goal, in which the William C. Sturgeon Fund will kick in $75,000 more dollars to bring that up to 100 and where's that number? 150, around that number. And that's what we're shooting for. So, anyway, that's enough for my soapbox for today. If you can donate, love to get your support if you haven't already done that again. And I understand I'm asking, a tall order, because many of you have already donated, through so many other ways that we greatly appreciate it, whether it's time, money, whatever. Thank you. All right, well, that's going to do it for the show, everybody. I greatly appreciate you tuning in today. It's been a lot of fun, as always. We'll be back next week, and I think that'll be the last show for a couple of weeks. But we'll be back for sure next week. Get over to the Facebook page, sign up, become a flyer, become a frequent flyer over there, in terms of getting updates and whatnot, if you so choose, and also sign up for the e-newsletter on our website at elevatorradioshow.com. All right, everybody, be safe out there. Have a great rest of the week, and we will talk to you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.